hello. Hi. Good morning, you guys. Happy Saturday. Hello. Hi, Isuru. Hi, Malamaduro. Hi, Twitter Ponies. Hi, Dinkater. Hi, Caesar. Hi. Sorry for the wait. Hello. Miraculously, I have put together a slideshow of at least 5 slides. I don't remember how many. I don't remember how many slides it is, but it's more than 3. Hi, Osame. Sappy Hatter Day. Are you hungover? Sappy Hatter Day. What seems to be the officer problem? Anyways, alright, you guys. Yes, even though I stayed up too late playing Pokopia, I still managed to slap together some slides today. You're fine? Okay, good. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Alright, today's disclaimer. Oh, let me fix. Oh, thank you, Mamadoro. I mean, it wasn't much, but it's honest work. Alright, let me fix Frontinier's glasses. You have to make a presentation for Monday. You have to make up to 25 slides. Oh my goodness, you can do it, Caesar. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. Yes. Alright, let's do my disclaimer. My disclaimer is that I am not a technology expert. I am not a technology expert. I'm not an IT expert. I'm not a cybersecurity expert. I'm not a furry! That's unrelated. But anyways, I only like to read and discuss tech topics for fun. And this stream is not meant to cover the most important topics or the biggest tech topics or whatever. I probably missed a bunch of stuff, but what I find most interesting. We as a society need to evolve fast presentations and slideshows. After I put all this work into the slideshow, I'm kidding. I mean, listen, a lot of slideshows are definitely unnecessary in terms of the workspace. Yes, but... Alright, just put Tifa port in there and claim it was an accident and you're too embarrassed to continue. That's actually a pretty genius idea. You know, Caesar. Or you could always claim that your PowerPoint file became corrupted. Alright. But let's move on to the tech news for today. First of all, let him dance. Let him be himself. Why are you holding him back? I don't know if anybody saw this. When I first saw this, I had to double check that it wasn't AI. This is not an AI video. This is a real video of a real incident. This was the only video I could find where they didn't have like stupid commentary over it. Alright. So what you're witnessing is a robot who's dancing his life away. Alright? He's given his life to the dance. And he's being unrightfully restrained by so-called free thinkers. Oh my gosh, hi Clato! Hey, I'm doing this dance to Greek Clato. Hey! Hi Clato! How you doing? But yeah, do not let him dance. Send him back to running smut for AL3. No! He's bad at that, but he's good at this. Oh, banana! They'll play this footage during the Robo-Civil riots. Oh no! Look how they manhandled him! He was just trying to have fun, and look how they manhandled him. Also, is that the furry from Zootopia on his apron? Anyways, there is a little bit of backstory. So, yes, this is not an AI video. This is a real thing that happened. This is a robot. I know. This is a robot who works at a hot pot restaurant in California called, I'm gonna mispronounce it because it's in Chinese. One moment. I do have all my tabs organized today. The restaurant is called Hai Di Lao. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. But it's like a chain. It's like a big hot pot chain in California. I'd never heard of it before, but apparently it's big in California. They got my cousin, I know! So what was he? He was eating a succulent Chinese meal. Yeah, he was. Well, here's what happened. So this robot is there for entertainment purposes. Like this is I don't believe this is a server robot. This is like a fun robot. And so they brought the robot out to like dance for a celebration for someone's birthday or something. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? I'm gonna pin this one. Yeah, so they brought him out to like do this dance for someone's birthday or something. But the customer had asked if the robot could be brought a little closer to the table, and that was a mistake because he started knocking stuff off the table, and then that's why they were trying to pull him back because he was like, you know, knocking stuff off the table and stuff, but he was like in full dance mode. Democracy manifests! This man is touching my penis! Anyway, so yeah, basically he was just a little bit, he was doing his dance, he's in dance mode that he could not be stopped. Apparently there was no kill switch, or if there was one, the staff was not aware of the kill switch, and he just kept dancing his life away. Honestly, good for him. Good for him. I see you kung fu as well. That's such a classic. But anyways, I tried to figure out what company makes this robot. Like I was trying to find, but I couldn't find. I kept getting a different company that apparently makes hot pot, like a hot pot restaurant robots, like that like deliver hot pot ingredients and stuff, but not this particular robot. So to be honest, I don't know if I knew what manufacturer made this robot, I would tell you, but I wasn't able to figure it out. I was only able to find out the name of the restaurant. But other fun fact is that this restaurant like is known for like using robots, and apparently they have a restaurant in I think in Beijing, where that's like a fully automated restaurant with like Panasonic robots like cooking the food or something. I don't know. It's just a tidbit. They should splice this into that one Filthy Frank robot video. Wait, what's that one? That like rings a bell, but I can't remember what happens in that video. Wait a second, I have to like blow my nose again. They better have robot bouncers to stop the out of control dancers. Yeah, they're gonna have to have robot bouncers one day. Robot security. That sounds that definitely won't go wrong if you give them some laser guns. The one where a laptop laments the horrible treatment of the Boston Robotics robots. Man, Boston Robotics, they've been around for a while. Oh shit! Sorry, I dropped something. It's fine. But yeah, I haven't seen that one. The ones they balance test by kicking them. Oh yeah. I've seen that. I've seen the videos of them kicking the robot. Yeah. Ooh, actually, to be honest, I kind of like those videos. But anyways, okay. So that is the fun video of the day. Okay. Every once in a while we have fun. All right. Before we start talking about how AI is destroying everything, you know, we can have a little fun with a dancing robot. Okay. But yes, let's talk about DLSS 5. What do you guys say? DLSS 5 off or DLSS 5 on? Credit to Puffy Waffles for the beautiful art. Not AI, 100% handmade. I like the one where the little boxing robot keeps coming back to punch him. Yeah. Yeah, so it could be good, but they presented it in the worst way possible. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. So, basically, what this is, so DLSS is not new. This stands for well, it's new-ish, but it's not. It's like 6-7 years old by now. DLSS stands for, I had it up before. Deep Learning Super Sampling. Deep Learning Super Sampling is what it stands for. So the first DLSS was released in 2019, and they've been releasing all different ones. So this is, oh, Materius! Oh my gosh, oh, Materius, I missed you! How are you doing, Materius? Hi! Wait, I'm gonna, once this the Chinese meal one expires, I'm gonna pin Materius' message. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. 6-7. Anyways, so So yeah, so DLSS5 is the most recent iteration, and they claim that basically it uses AI to, quote, infuse pixels with photoreal lighting and materials. I don't know exactly what they mean by materials. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe that's like an interesting term. It's been a long week. Oh, it's okay, Homotherius. I was just hoping that you were okay. That's all. But I'm so glad to see you again. Anyways, and so basically, if you haven't seen, has anybody not seen the video? Has anybody not seen the DLSS5 video? Because I can show it if you've not seen it. It's because it's work. I'm coming into this assuming you've seen the video. If you have not seen the video, it's important that you see it. Because basically, you've seen the memes, not the video. Here, I'll play, I don't need to play the whole thing. Even I've seen this. Materials are game dev thing. Yeah, okay, thank you, Amatherius. There goes Amatherius with the facts. My fact checker, thank you. But yeah. So it says infuse pixels with photoreal lighting and materials. Okay, so we can watch. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but we can watch. I watched the whole thing. Oh, actually, Jake Hater, if they make that version, I might like that version. All right, here. Let's see. Oops. Let's see if I can get the YouTube embed. Okay, this is a meme. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the original. All right, so we'll watch a little bit of this. Okay. I mean, it's only a minute. We can watch. I think this is just the Resident Evil part. Yeah. So as you can see, off and on, it adds like quote unquote photorealistic. I mean, I think that's fair to call it photorealistic. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I think this is the whole thing because it has Hogwarts too. All right. Yeah, so they made that bitch wrinkly. You can kind of see the slop. You can kind of see the slop though a little bit. I mean that, like, yeah, you can see like that one was a really drastic change. It's been worth it for the memes. The memes are really good. The memes are really, really good. So I think this one, especially, people were talking about that this is like a real person, and apparently it doesn't look like him in the DLSS5. I mean, to be fair, his character probably doesn't look that much like him either, but anyways. So that's basically the trailer that everybody is reacting to. And so, yeah. So basically what this is doing is using AI. It's using AI to, like, it's basically taking the frame of a video game as input, and it's editing the pixels in real time. Okay. He seems Latino, and then it makes him into an average black dude. I don't personally know that person, but yeah, I mean, apparently it makes him look like some person that he's not. Does give everything that awkward AI gate? Wait, sorry. It really does give everything that awkward AI gate. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, so it takes the frames as input, it outputs, like, changes to the pixels that it thinks would make it, like, photorealistic. And people, obviously, I mean, people don't like AI, so obviously people have not been happy about this, but especially because it's like, here, give me a second, let me turn my music back on before I forget. People have been calling it a slop filter, which I think is, like, kind of fair, kind of, it's more nuanced than that, but, like, I think slop filter is a good general term for it. Now, the caveat being, and the CEO said this, that it's ultimately the developers of the games are going to be the ones that are going to be able to kind of, like, tune how this is going to look. Like, I don't know exactly how that works, because I don't know the ins and outs of it, but basically this is something that they need to incorporate into the game. Not they can't just apply, like if you have a NVIDIA chip, it can't just randomly apply this to any game. Like the game developer has to have support for this and like gets to decide on like the final implementation of it. So it's not like, you know, they're forcing this on everyone, but the thing is though, the results still, whether or not the developers themselves are, you know, giving the green light for it, the results, you know, may or may not be appealing to the people who want to play the games that are involved. Now the games, they have a list of games so far that are gonna incorporate this. Obviously, Resident Evil, Requiem, Hogwarts Legacy, Assassin's Creed Shadow, Ion 2, Black State, Cinder City, Delta Force, Justice, Naraka Blade Point, NTE Neverness to Everness, Phantom Blade Zero, Sea of Remnants, Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion Remastered, and Where Winds Meet. Where Winds Meet being the only one that I've played. From what I read, they had two 5090 cards firing just for this demo. Yeah, it's funny that he claims that the developers need to be the ones to implement it, but every single game developer featured in the video says they were not asked about being shown in it. Oh, that's interesting too, because I did see something about that. About not knowing that the demo was going to be presented that way. So I guess it's, in terms of, I guess allegedly the game they're going to be able to decide, but the demo apparently it was kind of forced on them. So but I mean well, apparently allegedly the companies, if not the like individual developers, the companies agreed to this because the companies are quoted in NVIDIA's press release being like, we love this and we're gonna use this. Like, you know, like Capcom and like, you know, whatever other companies are involved. So apparently someone higher up agreed for this to be involved in this. He's flip-flop on what this is and how it works like 6 times. Oh man. Yeah, it seems pretty shady. But yeah, and so just for reference, previous DLSS releases have involved AI upscaling, ray tracing, and frame generation, where like generates extra frames in between other frames to make the frame rate seem faster. But this seems to be, at least as far as I can tell, one of the more drastic changes. And I think as implied by the whole DLSS 5 on and off thing, this I think would be something that you can toggle on and off as the player, at least. So I mean, I guess that's one good thing. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see when this is like, you know, fully available, if there's some like, you know, weird glitches that happen where characters look all warped or something. We'll have to see. And it's like they can say how it works or how they say it will or won't work, but at the end of the day, the whole thing with Gen AI is that it's like so unpredictable. That's what makes it both fun and bad. Is that it's like unpredictable sometimes how it will come out. So but yeah, if you've seen the memes, that's what all the memes are about. Is about this this new thing that NVIDIA has released that looks terrible. I think it looks pretty terrible. I mean, some of them look a little bit better than others, but we're also only seeing a tiny clip of each game. So when the games actually when the games are actually released with this feature and people are actually seeing it, we'll have to see how it actually looks like in the actual gaming. You know one game I would actually play this with to see what it looks like? The Sims. That's the one game I'd be interested. I don't know if EA would take them up on that, but I would be interested to see what my Sims look like with this. They got to make their own 60-second highlight reel with hand-picked footage and still couldn't show a normal human guy without his shirt morphing and contorting into the eternal void. It's going to be completely unusable if it ever ships. I trust you, Amadeus. I trust you with my life. Kenneth Edge? Yeah, I want to see AI slop Kenneth Edge. Alright, anyways. But I think this drawing by Puffy Waffles is more beautiful than anything that the DLSS S5 could really produce. All right. Let's go on to Google finally taking into consideration what people wanted with the Android. It's a little convoluted, but at the end of the day, I don't think this is the worst result. So if you don't know the whole saga, a few months ago, well, sometime in 2025, Android announced, or Apple, not Apple, Google announced that in order to install an application on a certified Android device, which is most typical Android phones and stuff, and tablets, you would need, the developers of any apps that you download would have to be verified. They would have to go through a verification process with Google to say, you know, I'm a real person, give their ID and all that stuff, in order for you to download their app. People were very upset about this, and I agree with them, because one of the benefits of, this music is too sad. I'm switching this fucking music, what the fuck? Alright. Anyways, for a second there, I thought it was about a sex bot. I mean, if you want my anonymous side loads, you know. I certainly would not reject the French engineers for that, but consensually, very, very consensually though, because consent is sexy, yeah. But anyways, so originally, yeah, Android was saying we need to verify the developers. People were upset about this because one of the benefits of Android over Apple for the longest time has been that you have freedom to download basically anything you want onto your device. It's your device. You should be able to download whatever you want onto it. Yes, and that may include malware. Yes, and that may include malware, but you know, short of anything that's actually like, you know, illegal material or something, like I personally think you should be able to download, you know, any app at your own risk. And so there was a lot of backlash. Like there was tons of advocacy groups that, like, you know, wrote like open letters about like don't do this, and they backpedaled it a little bit a couple times, but this is the farthest that they've backpedaled. So now, and so by the way, the reason they wanted to do this is because they said that basically, there are a lot of Android app scam, like there are a lot of malware. There's a lot of malware and scams that do spread through sideloaded apps. That is true. But I don't think that means you need to take away like everybody's freedom just because some people don't know how to not install malware. So excuse me. So they're still gonna have the developer verification flow. So like, you know, if people want to be verified, then and want their apps to be more easily accessible, then they can go through the developer verification process and all of that. But they're going to add an advanced flow, which is for people who really, really want to download something that is not with a verified developer. And this is going to involve the following steps. First, they have to turn developer mode on their Android. I don't have an Android, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what that entails exactly, but apparently it's not like something hard to turn on. So they have to enable developer mode. They have to like sign a form, but like they have to like confirm, you know, that they are not being coerced. There's gonna be like a warning, like, did somebody tell you to install this app? Are you being coerced? Like, these are the warning signs of a scam. So you have to like confirm that you're not being forced to do this. Okay, you have to restart your phone and re-authenticate. So this is so people, you know, if some scammer like has their hands on your phone, then they can't like sideload something onto it, right? So you have to restart and re-authenticate your device. Then there's a 1-day waiting period. So you have 1 day to sit there and think about whether you really want this app. Okay? And then before you download any unverified apps, there will be a warning that says this app is unverified. And then you can, developer mode takes 2 minutes in setting. Okay, so that's not like a huge thing, but yes, Rixie told me to install this app called Diddle. I did, didn't I? Ooh. I do kind of look back and cringe about the little ad I made for It Alive, but listen, I was young, I was dumb, and I was just excited to meet you guys. They noticed people actually willing to move to iPhone from Android. Yes, that is true. A lot of people were saying they were gonna switch. Yeah, you have to wait a whole day. I was young. I was younger than I am now, okay? Hi, Sunny! Again with the furry hackers. Yes, don't worry. We'll get into the furry hackers. We haven't gotten there yet, Sunny. But hi, how you doing? Anyways. So this is like, I think from a user perspective, I think that this is the better option. From a developer perspective, the only thing I'll say is that any developer who wants to remain anonymous and keep their anonymity and not have to give their ID to Android, this is still a blow to them, because basically people have to jump through hoops to install their app. So, you know, that's the negative of it. But I guess you know, selfishly from a consumer perspective, as someone who doesn't even use Android, so this is kind of a moot point. But if I wanted to have Android, I would, and I really wanted to sideload something, I would be willing to go through this process just to get it over with. It's annoying they make you jump through hoops. Yeah, it does sound like a thing, but I mean, like I said, I can see both sides of it, but not really, because at the end of the day, I feel like, I mean, it's weird, because like I am an iPhone person, and I do agree most people are stupid. I agree most people are too stupid to not install malware. I agree with that. Now the question is, should we let them be stupid and just let them experience the malware they've brought upon themselves, or do we protect them from themselves? That's the question. And you know, you can decide whether you think you think that we should natural selection people or what. But it's a huge problem for third-party app stores, external game stores, and custom apps. Yeah, basically, I think you know, bigger like app companies or bigger developers will be able to get through this, that, you know, don't mind forking over, I guess, their identification to Google. But for, like, you know, smaller hobby developers, anonymous developers and stuff, you know, it's definitely gonna be a hassle, because people are gonna have to jump through hoops to install your app. You now have to wait. You now have one day to wait and think about when you get tempted to try some lewd Korean gacha game. Yeah. The thing is, more standard Android malware comes from the Google Play Store. That is true, Melamadora. Actually, that is a good point. It was funny. It was ironic, because around the time they first announced this, it was also around the time where there was a report that came out that there was like thousands of malware apps on the Google Play Store. So verification definitely does not mean it's malware free, by the way. Thank you for bringing that up, Melamadoro, because verification definitely does not mean it's malware free. There absolutely can be scammers who will fork over their identification, or their quote unquote their identification to Google to get verified, so their apps can freely be sideloaded onto or freely be downloaded onto phones, and it turned out to be malware anyway. So you have to wait a day to install this open source YouTube clone. You can install Polymarket right now. If you protect them, you promote their inability to protect themselves. I mean, I truly believe some people don't learn. I know this because I also don't. I also just don't learn sometimes. For speaking from experience, some people are actually just useless. Some people are actually just hopeless. But yeah. You know, either way, this is. We'll see if this is the final step, or if they actually roll back the whole thing. I kind of doubt they're gonna roll back the whole thing, because I feel like they're kind of like, they've kind of already invested in the whole like verification infrastructure and stuff. But I work in IT. I had this guy come like 4 times in a year because he kept getting hacked. Yeah, Momodoro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Some people really just don't learn. Listen, I try to learn, but I definitely see myself repeating the same mistakes sometimes. But it just is what it is. It's just how it's programmed. But anyways, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted to add that they also added another option, which is for hobbyist developers and stuff. If they want to share an app exclusively with a small group of people, which is up to 20 people, then they don't have to verify. They have to make an account, but they don't have to like give any identification or pay any money into that account. They just have to like, you know, make an account to share the app, and then it allows you to share it with up to 20 people. Up to 20 people can download it. And that's for like people who are testing apps and stuff, I guess. But yeah, that is the latest in the in the Android sideloading saga. Yes. Okay. Now we have lots of cybersecurity update. Let me drink some coffee. Let's see if I can do the voice today. My throat's been feeling weird like for the last few days, but and that's where my voice synthesizer is, so I gotta keep it I gotta keep it lubed. Okay. Alright, and now for Dark Motorixi's cybersecurity update. A group called the Internet Yiff Machine has allegedly hacked a company that was responsible for processing anonymous Crime Stoppers tips. This is a screenshot from their leak page, by the way. So the Internet Yiff Machine. Now, these are hacktivists. They shared these records exclusively or semi-exclusively with only a few groups and news outlets. They haven't like leaked them publicly, at least not yet. They say that they, according to the article I read, they said they weren't planning on leaking them publicly. But you know, who knows what'll happen. But yeah, so they shared 8.3 million records, which they allege come from a company called P3 Global Intel. Two of the organizations they shared it with are DDoS Secrets and Straight Arrow News. I googled Straight Arrow News. I was kind of wondering if Straight Arrow News was like Truth Social or something, but don't worry, I googled it. It's just a news site that tries to be unbiased, and like according to like media bias checkers, they are pretty unbiased and factual. So I'm using them specifically because this was an exclusive from their reporting, because the Internet Yiff Machine decided that they were a worthy news outlet to report this. So the Internet Yiff Machine allegedly obtained these 8.3 million records through, they didn't say how they hacked them, but they claimed that they compromised P3 Global Intel's, systems, and were able to pull all these records related to anonymous tips. So I never knew this. I know what Crime Stoppers is. Crime Stoppers is where you're supposed to be able to report a crime anonymously and then potentially receive a free cash reward completely anonymously. I know this because sometimes I'll be salivating over like the cash rewards that I'll never get because I don't have any knowledge of any crimes. But anyways, so P3 Global Intel actually managed like crime things like organizations like Crime Stoppers, police departments, military branches, schools, any entity that takes anonymous tips will potentially work with a company like P3 Global Intel, and they're the ones that actually receive the tips and process them and relay them to the organizations. And one of the most interesting things about this is that, so when you are submitting what you believe to be a completely anonymous tip, right? Apparently it might not be that anonymous, allegedly, because the Yiff Machine, the Internet Yiff Machine, allegedly found some internal documentation about how they are able to track session information of individuals who are anonymously submitting tips and retain that information for up to 90 days. So they can like track your IP address and other information about the device that you've submitted your tip from. And this is allegedly to combat abuse of the tip system, which is all good and fine, except they're supposed to be anonymous. So if I'm submitting an anonymous tip about, a crime or something, I'd rather not have my IP address tracked by you and then potentially leaked by internet furries. That would be great. But yeah, and so Straight Arrow News and DDoS Secrets were able to see a bunch of information in these leaked documents about crime tips, about people reporting suspected cartel members, about people reporting sexual assault in the military, about people reporting students who said they wanted to shoot up a school, stuff like that. Like all this information was just in there to be stolen, with more information than there should be for anonymous tips. Now, P3 Global basically responded saying that they were investigating to see whether a breach had occurred. So they have not confirmed or denied that any breach has occurred. So, you know, it's yet to be seen whether they're going to confirm that this did happen. But yeah, so be careful. Even your not to discourage you from reporting serious crimes, but you know, apparently when you think you're anonymous, you're not always anonymous, which tends to be true. You know, on most of the internet. But yeah, also, Internet Youth Machine is so funny. I wanted to say this as much as possible. Alright, so moving on. Alright, so speaking of not being so anonymous, I've heard of this app before, Strava. I think my paternal units use this one because they like to go running. So this is an app, a fitness app, where you can sync it to like your fitness, your Fitbit or your Apple Watch or something, and it will track any route that you like jog or run. And you can publicly publish like your route that you ran. And a certain individual who happened to be a sailor with the French Navy decided to take a little run on his on the aircraft carrier he was working on, exposing the aircraft carrier's location in the Mediterranean Sea, which was not supposed to be known to the public. You can literally see. Apparently, somebody found this out. The French newspaper Le Monde is the one that reported this. But apparently, somebody saw a Strava runner running in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, and they were somehow able to track this down to being an aircraft character called the Charles de Gaulle. I'm not gonna pronounce that correctly, but yeah. So apparently he burned 353 calories. Good for him. But I'm guessing he's gonna be quite in hot water, no pun intended, with the French Navy. This has been a problem forever. People leaking their locations due to specifically military or just like in general. Lots of military bases were found thanks to spyware apps tracking. Well, that's the thing. This isn't actually spyware. This is just a normal app where people publish. This kind of reminds me of, remember when people were sharing their like weird meta AI prompts and stuff and not realizing they were sharing them? I think it's something similar to that, where like you should know that you're sharing them publicly, but maybe he didn't, and he shared it. Because I did look it up, and it seems that if you choose to share your route, it is public by default. It doesn't automatically share your route. Like after you, like when you do a run, it doesn't automatically share it, but when you do share it, it's automatically public. Oh, Gaul is pronounced like Gaul. Thank you, Materius. Basic OPSEC failure, exactly. Yeah, but I just thought this was kind of funny that you just see somebody. I don't know. I remember, like, I don't know. This is going so bad. I don't know who even still uses Snapchat today, other than like kids. But back when I did have a Snapchat, I remember like when they added like the Snap Map thing or something. Like one of my friends was like randomly like in the middle of the ocean. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm fishing. I was like, okay. But anyways, but yeah, interesting situation. So yeah, I guess be careful if you're using an app like this, like Strava, that you don't accidentally dox yourself, I suppose. Alright, and then what else do I have? Oh yes, this is pretty funny. So on St. Patrick's Day, somebody managed to compromise allegedly the Salesforce Marketing Cloud account of Nordstrom. Now that's not confirmed. Bleeping Computer is the one that reported this and said that I think they said a source familiar with the matter. They cited, so you can decide whether that's reliable or not, but they claimed that it was they were able to somehow sign in through their a compromise like Okta single sign-on instance or something, and get into the marketing cloud to send out this mass promotional email. But either way, regardless, what is known is that one way or another, Nordstrom's marketing email system was compromised. Whether it was one account that was compromised, whether it was their marketing cloud that was compromised. But somebody was able to send an unauthorized email that said the following: limited time, Nordstrom is giving back. We're doubling cryptocurrency deposits. Yes, Nordstrom, the clothing store, I think. Isn't Nordstrom a clothing store, department store? They were doubling your people's cryptocurrency on St. Patrick's Day. Of course they were. Only for 2 hours, so you had to act fast, of course. And they claimed that any money, any cryptocurrency that you deposited into a certain wallet would be doubled. That was not the case. The money was stolen, obviously. And people who were tracking the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency wallet, I don't know if it was a Bitcoin wallet. Let me check. But people who were tracking the blockchain were able to see that they did receive about $5,600 around the time that this scam was happening. So likely people did lose their money. Oh, it looks like it was Bitcoin. But yeah, I don't. Now, to be fair, trimming rune armor. Oh, that's a RuneScape scam, right? I know that. Yeah. So, on the one hand, this did come from Nordstrom's official email, but on the other hand, like, who would fall for this? Somebody did, but it did come from their official email. But even so, like, I don't know who would trust this. But luckily, I guess you could say luckily, only 5,600 was lost. Usually when we're talking crypto, you see like millions of dollars being stolen in heists and stuff. But yeah, so be careful with suspicious emails, even if they come from an official account, because official accounts can get hacked. Alright, and I think I only have one more slide, to be honest. But this is an interesting one. So this was a report I saw from Sublime Security. And at first I thought this was going to be a deepfake situation, but it actually was not a deepfake. It was a fake Zoom call. There was AI involved. Apparently this was vibe code. This had signs of vibe coding, and I'll talk about that in a second. But sorry, test subject's eating her breakfast. I don't know if you can hear her crunching. I had to give her breakfast early. I usually feed her in the afternoon, but we're gonna go on a little trip to parental units later, so I gave her breakfast early. Anyways, so this was a fake Zoom call. So basically somebody would receive an email that was like, please join this important Zoom call meeting or whatever. And if you clicked it, you would be sent to this fake website. But the fake website was all coded to look like a Zoom waiting room and stuff. And then when you actually join the call, this is the actual fake call. And apparently this is all vibe coded. Now I think they did have to like insert the audio into it. So there was like some work involved, but so you join, there's like a little join sound. And there's like this weird audio. And then it says update available. So you can see like the buttons and stuff on the bottom. Because this is JavaScript, this was all interactive. So you could like mute and unmute and like mess with the buttons at the bottom. So it wasn't a pre-recorded video. It was like interactive. The audio was pre-recorded, but and so what this was basically meant to emulate was, connection issues or some sort of glitch going on with the Zoom. And so then a thing would say, oh, there's an update, right? So the person would be like, oh shit, I need an update because, the Zoom call is fucked up. And then the update would send to a fake Microsoft store or whatever page for Zoom to update it. And what it would actually install is Screen Connect, which is a remote monitoring and management system, basically where the attacker can take control of your computer. Screen Connect is not malware. It's like something that people actually do use, like to manage their employees and do IT stuff. But it's also misused by threat actors a lot as well. But either way, I thought this almost like made me think of like ClickFix, where it's like, oh no, there's been a problem. You need to do this action. That's kind of like the idea of it. I mean, I guess that's social engineering in general, but so I wanted to mention the vibe coding thing though. So they said that they believe that the JavaScript to create this fake Zoom call was actually vibe coded based on like, you know, you can kind of tell like with vibe coded code because there'll be like emojis in it and like comments and stuff. But I need to point out something that for me even points out that it's vibe coded, which you guys will know if you've been following my AI stuff, is that in the JavaScript they could customize like participants in the call. Hi Floor Pasta. Hi, how you doing? Hello. So they could code in the JavaScript participants in the call that would show up in the fake call, and one of the participants is named Sarah Chen. Now I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know, we've experimented with a lot of different AI stuff in the past, and we noticed that the last name Chen shows up like disproportionately a lot across like all the AI things that we've done. You're chilling like a villain. That's good. I'm doing good. I'm just going over my tech chat slides for today. Yeah, so Sarah Chen was one of the names, which was, for me, it was like, yep, that's AI. Because I feel like specifically Sarah Chen was one of the names that we've seen recently. But yeah, so this is kind of interesting because there's definitely been like deep fake Zoom calls and stuff. Those are a little bit more like advanced and more like spear phishing type things. Not something that you would necessarily see, you know, in a mass campaign, but there have been deep fake Zoom calls that have convinced people to like transfer funds and stuff. But this isn't a deep fake. It's just a glitchy call that they try to get you to fix by installing the quote-unquote update, which is not malware, but a backdoor technically. And yes, I know that was not a lot of slides, but that was what I had for today. Okay, now let me see. Yes, I did kind of have to rush because, like I said, I stayed up too late last night playing Pokopia. So I did probably miss some stuff. So I'm gonna do a quick. Oh my goodness! Lulu Lasso! Thank you so much for the raid! Hi! Hi Joey Jaws! Hi Ghosty! Hi everybody! Hi, thank you for the follow, Caracal! Hello! I hope you're doing good, Lulu. Thank you so much for the raid. We just got done with the main, my main little slideshow for Tech Chat today, but I can go over some of the things we talked about. In fact, I could flip right quick through the slides again if you guys, since you guys missed it. But let me give you a shout out first, Lulu. Okay, happy Saturday. Yeah, I'll do a quick. We only had a few slides today, so I'll do a quick run through of what we went over. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, Ghosty, for resubscribing. 19 months is crazy. Thank you so much, Ghosty. Yeehaw! Thank you, Ghosty. Happy anniversary. Hi, Timothy. Aww. Best raid friend. Aww. So sweet. Hi, Wazongus. Alright, so first of all, we talked about this little guy. This guy. Alright, that's my cousin, yo. This is my that's my cousin. Free my cousin. We talked about the dancing robot. This is a robot. Thank you, Mango. This was a robot that got a little too freaky at the hot pot. All right. Yeah. I basically went over basically what happened, which this is exactly what this robot's designed to do, is to dance. But what happened? Thank you so much for the follow, Baron. But what happened in this situation, was that the robot was placed too close to the table, so it started knocking over things. It started knocking over like silverware and appliances and stuff, and so they were trying to pull it back, but it was like stuck in its dance. You like the apron? Yeah. It was like stuck in its dance, so like they couldn't like gain control of it, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so we talked about that. We talked about the DLSS 5, the AI, people calling it the AI slap filter, which is the supposed to make video games look photorealistic, certain video games using AI. I personally prefer this version. This is a beautiful art made by Puffle Waffles, also known as Puffy Waffles, an incredible artist. But yeah, so we talked. I'm sure you've seen the memes about this one. We talked about Android app sideloading. This is when you can download an app that's not from the App Store. You're downloading it from, the internet, and how Android was trying to make it so that all app developers had to be verified and stuff, so you couldn't really do that. But now they're saying, well, if you, if you sign like a whole checklist and you'd have a 1-day waiting period to think about what you're doing, then sure, we'll let you sideload as much as you want. This was a good one. The internet yiff machine. Sorry, my test subject, my little creature that lives with me. You can hear her chain daily. The chain that I have her chained down so she can't escape. She's running around. I don't know if you can hear her. But anyways, the internet yiff machine, which is a hacktivist group of some kind, they have allegedly hacked a company that works with Crime Stoppers and police departments to process anonymous tips. And they basically claim that, this is a picture from their leak site. They basically claim that these quote unquote anonymous tips are not necessarily so anonymous because the company can actually retain data about you and track your IP address. Allegedly, it's all alleged, okay? According to the internet yiff machine, you can decide how credible it is. But yes, and for those of you who don't know, oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this before I started. I am not an expert. I am not a technology expert. Oh my gosh, 4 pasta, you caught me, Master Ball. Let's go. Thank you. I belong to the pasta machine. All right, anyways, I'm not an expert. I'm not a technology expert, IT expert, or cybersecurity expert. This is just my special interest, okay? But anyways, a lot of hackers are furries. A lot of IT people are furries. A lot of good and bad hackers are furries, okay? A lot of people are furries. I don't know if you know this. I don't know what the exact percentage is. I'm not, though. Not me. Let me turn my music back on. And we talked about a member of the French Navy who doxed himself. He didn't just dox himself, he doxed his aircraft carrier by taking this little run across the Mediterranean Sea, inadvertently publishing his jogging route to an app called Strava, which I don't know if you guys have ever used Strava, but it's like a fitness app specifically for like jogging and running, where it'll track the route that you took, right? So it tracked his route across the deck of the aircraft carrier he was on, revealing its location, which is kind of crazy. We talked about this scam with Nordstrom. Somebody compromised Nordstrom's email marketing account, where they were able to send out an email to Nordstrom customers from the official Nordstrom account, claiming that they're gonna double your cryptocurrency. Sounds legit. Turns out they actually just stole $5,600 from people. So that's crazy. And then lastly, we just talked about this fake Zoom conference call. It was not an AI deepfake. It was actually just some JavaScript that played some choppy audio in the background to make you think that your Zoom was glitching out. And they're like, hey, it seems like you're having problems. Why don't you install this update? And then the update turned out to be a backdoor. So yeah, that is a summary of what we know over today for all the raiders. Thank you so much for visiting the stream. And thank you again, Lulu, for the raid. Okay, guys. Oh, wait, let me... This is from a while ago, but let me pin, if I can still find it on my OBS chat. Yes, I wanted to pin Omatherius' funny comment about the DLSS thing. There we go. I love that. Alright, anyways. The fitness tracking apps, the biggest op for government security, yeah. So yeah, and so now, this is the Tech Zatsu section. This is where basically if there's any interesting tech topics that I did not bring up during the rest of the stream, you can feel free to let me know. We can chat about anything. It could be like, it could be tech related, it could be vaguely tech related. We could talk about gaming stuff if you want, or media stuff. And then afterward, I usually go and look at some different AI tools and stuff, and mess with them. Like, there's a lot of like random AI slop stuff that is released like every week, and we usually go and troll them. Like, for example, AI Bible study. So we were asking like the AI Bible study, like, you know, can I bang my sister, or like, like, you know, like real weird stuff like that, or like one of my favorite ones was the AI car repair, where they tell us what's wrong with your car. They'll be like, tell us what's wrong with your car, and we'll diagnose the problem. So we told it like our car is like turning into a transformer, Autobot or something, and then it was like, oh, and it was like, immediately stop your car. This is a national emergency. EU is trying to force swappable batteries in consoles, Switch being the first one. Oh, is that seen as a good thing, Mamaduro? That sounds like a good thing to me. That sounds like a right to repair type thing. Is that so? I mean, listen, the EU isn't always known for the best decisions, but if that's what you mean, if you mean like a right to repair type thing, then that actually does sound like a good thing. Yeah. But I'm looking. There's a great website. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but there's a great website called Tech Meme. That's where I do find a lot of my tech news. I didn't go over everything from the last week on Tech Meme though, so that's actually what I'm doing right now. I think we can look at Tech Meme together if you guys want. I shouldn't be a problem showing in my browser. I got one where a woman got abducted from across the country and held in jail without bail for 6 months because cops asked an AI, who do you think committed this crime? No! Oh God, I'm serious. Wait, I'm looking this up. No, please tell me that's cap. No, wait, cops ask AI who committed crime, woman held for 6 months. Grandmother jailed for 6 months after AI error linked her to a crime in a state she never even visited. Oh dear God. All right, guys, we could look at this article together. Here, let me find. What is the Guardian like a is? Oh, okay. Is the Independent like? I mean, I'll use that. I don't care. I mean, I care, but like, I care about whether news is reliable. But I'm assuming that this at least has some information that we can go off of. All right. Supermicro CEO got caught smuggling NVIDIA GPUs to China once again. I've heard of stuff like that before of an issue with NVIDIA GPUs being smuggled to China. All right, but let me just to be safe, I'm just gonna cover this to make sure there's no like ads that are doxing me happens. But we can look at this together. We can look at this human rights violation together. I think I should be fine to show this. Okay. This is insane. I hope if this is all true, I hope she sues them for like $1 billion or more. All right, grandmother jailed for 6 months after AI error linked her to a crime in a state she had never even visited. The charges were later dismissed after bank records show she was in Tennessee at the time. Angela Lips was arrested at her Tennessee home and extradited to Fargo to face criminal charges tied to a crime in a state she had never been to. This is the Independent. Yeah, hi Squall, hi, welcome. All right, this is shout out to. Oh, there's an ad. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I meant to snooze it, but I was too slow. But anyways, shout out to Omatherius for sending this link. So. It says a Tennessee grandmother spent nearly 6 months behind bars after artificial intelligence facial recognition software wrongly identified her as a suspect in a bank fraud case. Facial recognition technology. Angela Lips was arrested at her home last summer, extradited more than 1,200 miles to Fargo to face criminal charges tied to what police described as an organized fraud scheme. Authorities later dismissed the case after bank records show she was in Tennessee at the time the crimes were allegedly committed. Listen, human facial recognition isn't even reliable. You think the AI is gonna be able to do better? I mean, some people would say the AI could do better, but I definitely don't think we can rely on it for things like this. You're not slow, you're special. Thank you, Mango. But in this case, I was literally too slow to click the button. Alright, by then she had to spend nearly 6 months in jail. And because she was unable to pay bills while behind bars, she lost her home, her car, and her dog. Jesus Christ. This is insane. I hope she sues them for $1 bajillion. Because how, okay, listen. How, first of all, tracking her down over face recognition from some AI is ridiculous to begin with, okay? But over 6 months, they couldn't figure out this wasn't the right person? Over 6 months? Remember back in the day, facial recognition viewed all Asian people the same. Yeah, it's like, there's definitely problems with this. I want to learn more about the AI that they used. Fargo police ran the surveillance images through facial recognition. So this is surveillance footage showed a woman using a fake U.S. Army military ID to withdraw tens of thousands of dollars from bank accounts. To identify the suspect, Fargo police ran the surveillance images through a facial recognition software. The system returned a match, Angela Lips. Court documents show the detective working the case then reviewed Lips' social media accounts and Tennessee driver's license photo. The detective wrote in the documents that Lips appeared to match the suspect based on facial features, body type, hairstyle, and hair color. Lips told WDay that investigators in Fargo never contacted her before seeking charges. That's crazy. On December 19th, Fargo police interviewed her for the first time. 5 days later, they dismissed the case. That's wild, you guys. That's. Imagine you just have this, and then this is. I mean, I say imagine. This has happened, but with like eyewitness, because humans can't recognize faces. Most humans can't recognize faces very well. Like, well, not recognize, but they can't necessarily remember someone's face as well as they think they can. And so, lots of cases of mistaken identification happen. So, but imagine like just accidentally looking like a criminal. Accidentally looking like somebody else. Accidentally looking enough like somebody else who committed a crime. Okay? And having an AI, or even a person, but especially an AI, since these things are probably not even that reliable, decide that you're the one who committed the crime. Like, I don't know, man. That might be cause to ask her about it, to, you know, reach out and be like, is this you? Or to investigate and say, you know, was this person in this location at this time or whatever. But to hold someone for 6 months is crazy. They probably figured it out but didn't want to admit their mistake. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that before. But yeah, that's pretty wild. Thank you for sharing, Amatarius. Thank you. Let's look at the super micro stuff, Melmadoro. Okay. I'll look up super micro CEO smuggling chips. Supermicro co-founder indicted on Nvidia smuggling charges leaves board. Okay, wait. It seems like the most recent development is that he left the board of Supermicro. Here, I have Reuters. Every single time I bring up Reuters, I'm like, am I even pronouncing that right? Reuters. Oh, thank you, Melmadoro. Thank you. I like the part where they kicked her out of jail in the middle of winter with nothing but summer clothes she had on when she was arrested and no way to get back home. That's so sad. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, that's just downright evil, nasty. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. Sorry, the police don't care. They also do polygraph tests and those don't work either. Yeah, polygraph tests are not reliable. That's why they don't let them in court. Guys, the things I've learned from my previous special interest of true crime, my previous special interest of true crime, which later converted to cybercrime, is that like things aren't even like even fingerprint and yes, even DNA evidence is not necessarily 100% reliable. It depends on the method, because fingerprint analysis, it depends on how much of the fingerprint is available. It depends on how much of the fingerprint is available. And DNA, you can have a partial match of DNA as well. That's why they have to say a percentage. You know, if you ever watch like a trial and they say like, what's the percent chance it's the same person? They'll say it's a 99.99999999999% chance. Because you can have a partial DNA, you can have a partial DNA match where, you know, it might be like 70-something% chance, but it turns out that it's the person's dad or the person's sibling, right? Yeah. All right. Let me just scan this real quick, make sure I'm not getting any weird ads on this page. Okay, I can show. Reuters! Thank you, 200 ponies, for the pronunciation. I appreciate it. You're the best. All right. Grandfather can also appear as a father. Yes. All right. Also, bite mark. Have you guys ever seen bite mark forensics? Bite mark forensics are like pretty much completely debunked. So many people have been wrongly convicted over bite mark forensics. But anyways, so this is Supermicro CEO charged with breach of NVIDIA AI GPU export controls to China. Supermicro is a well-known brand in server and data center industries. CNN reports that its co-founder and CEO Yishan Wali Liao, sorry for mispronouncing that, along with executives Rui Song, Stephen Chang, and Tingwei Willie Sun, Wally, Willie, and Steven were charged with diverting $2.5 billion worth of NVIDIA AI GPUs to customers in China, breaking U.S. export controls. So this is I've seen this. I've seen cases of this, but not with the CEO of Supermicro, not the CEO of a big company. I've seen where like you know, they've caught people, you know, in the United States. Usually there are Chinese nationals in the United States who are sending the. So if you don't know, there's a I don't know what a law or a rule. There's some law that says that we can't send certain GPUs, certain NVIDIA, you know, AI chips and stuff to China because China is considered an adversary, and we don't want, you know, the U.S. government doesn't want doesn't want China to use our, U.S. quote unquote our technology. I mean, I guess technically it's ours as U.S. technology. Doesn't want China to use U.S. technology to develop AI better than the U.S. can. So that is the rule. And so there's been a lot of cases where they'll have somebody in the United States who will say, "Oh, I'm sending random computer parts to this company, this AI company in China. It's definitely just random computer parts and definitely not packed with NVIDIA GPUs." And they've caught them doing that before, but the CEO himself got caught. That's pretty interesting. Sorry, let me read what Amadeus said. Uncannibal lives ruined because juries saw Law and Order and assumed if a guy in a lab coat said the DNA matched, then it must be infallible. Yeah, Amadeus, it's crazy. It's like the CSI effect, or like, it's kind of crazy what people really do think like forensics is magic, and it's like, it's really not. I mean, forensics is very fascinating. When forensics gets really forensic-y, it can be really interesting, but sometimes it sounds like it's really cool, but it's actually just complete bullshit. That's what I've learned when my special interest was more into true crime and that kind of forensics instead of cybersecurity. I learned a lot about that kind of thing. Gamer Nexus had a video. Nexus flashbacks. Gamer Nexus had a video on the smuggling tactics too. USA owns 60% of fabrication methods and 90% of the hardware and design methods. Well, in terms of the smuggling methods, I don't know that much about it, but I do remember when we talked about it last time, they were talking about how they would basically put them in a box that was labeled with like a fake company name or something, and it would be labeled with like saying this is like, I don't know, like external hard drives or something, and it's obviously not, but and Yeah, there are other allegations that China's trying to steal U.S. AI methods and stuff, like the distillation attacks that Anthropic was talking about, where they basically claimed that oh shit, what was the main company that they were accusing? I don't remember. Minimax or something. What was it called? Minimax, I think? Or is it, I don't remember. There was, I know DeepSeek was one of the ones that they were accusing. And oh gosh, the one that makes Kimi Moonshot AI, I think. They were claiming that basically they were sending like a whole bunch of prompts to Anthropic and then training their own AI on Anthropic's responses. Yeah, I think it was Minimax, I think is the name of the company that was like the biggest offender in that alleged. Thank you so much for the follow, Snoopy. Thank you.
The underscore CFO underscore
I
Gambit is now followed.
I appreciate it, thank you. But yeah, lots of international rivalries going on between the United States and China in terms of the AI situation. Yeah, DeepSeek, Moonshot, and Minimax. Thank you, Yosame. Thank you. But yeah, the CEO, man. On Thursday, Supermicro released a statement saying that it has placed Wally Liao and Stephen Chang on administrative leave and terminated Willie Sun. The conduct by these individuals alleged in the indictment is a contravention of the company's policies and compliance controls, including efforts to circumvent applicable export control laws and regulations. So the company is basically saying, like, that definitely wasn't us. That was definitely just these guys. They definitely were not working on behalf of us. All right. Thank you, Mel Maduro, for sharing. If there's any other tech topics that you guys want to share about. Yeah, it was just our CEO. It was just the guy running the show. We didn't know, this wasn't approved. Anyway, I mean, I'm not saying a CEO can't do things behind other employees' backs, but that seems a little crazy that nobody knew that they were smuggling GPUs. All right, this is Tech Meme. So I wanted to just go, yes, this is March 17th. I rewinded it to March 17th. Because I wanted to see if there was anything. Sorry, let me do a quick sweep just to make sure there's nothing local targeted here. There's like some sponsored posts and stuff, but I don't think anything's super doxing me or anything. Yeah, that's fine. All right. But this is Tech Meme. I like to look at it usually. I used to look at it every day, but I rarely have time to look at anything except my computer screen at work. But I'm just skimming through to see if there's anything else big that I missed or that I forgot to talk about from the week. But yeah, if you're interested in tech stuff though, there's a lot of interesting so like Mistral released a new model. I used to cover all the new models that came out, but honestly, I got kind of bored with it because all the models just kind of seemed like the same thing over and over again. That's why now I just tack all the AI stuff at the end, and I try to focus on like the more gimmicky and like entertaining stuff. Because honestly, I don't really care. I don't really care if the new Mistral small model can like run on a local PC. If it can run on like half a RAM stick and you know, with the other sticks shoved up my butt. Like I really don't care. Did we talk about Meta shutting down the Oh, the metaverse! Yes, R.I.P. the metaverse. Okay, so yes, we can talk about the $80 billion down the toilet metaverse situation. All right, let's see. Well, Engadget says Meta isn't shutting down its VR metaverse. Here, let's take a look. Let's take a look what this article's about. So the metaverse, I never participated in the metaverse, but I know what the metaverse is because I do have a Quest headset, VR headset, and I did for a time have the Meta avatar that like would have been in the metaverse if I bothered to visit it. But that's just because like they asked me to make one when I first started my account. Rifle industry shutting down Rixie rifle tier. Yeah, basically. It was definitely a big thing for them. Man, Meta and Facebook like kind of fell off. All right. So let me just double check this for Any spurious advertisements? Nope, I do have an ad blocker, but I always just double check, just make sure. Metaverse was horrible, user-wise and dev-wise. It was a pain to work on it. They announced that they were pivoting to phone development to compete with Roblox. Oh god. And then when that obviously was not going to work, they said the whole thing is getting canned. It was like Roblox for boomers. I remember the only thing I've ever seen out of the metaverse, other than the advertisements I saw for it when I used to use my Quest headset, was people trolling boomers in the metaverse. So this is what Engadget says. This is yesterday. Meta isn't shutting down its VR metaverse after all. Horizon Worlds for Quest will stick around for the foreseeable future, according to the company's CTO. Meta is backtracking on its plans to shut down the VR version of its metaverse. The company now plans to support Horizon Worlds in VR for the foreseeable future, though users shouldn't expect new games, CTO Andrew Bosworth said in an update. We will keep Horizon Worlds working in VR for existing games to support the fans who reached out. For people who already have games they like that they're using in Horizon Worlds, they will be able to download the Horizon Worlds app and use it in VR. So it sounds like they're like, we're not going to develop it anymore, but it'll still exist, it sounds like. Now he's bought Moltbook. Oh yeah, do you guys want to check on Moltbook again? I don't know if it's worth I don't know if we're gonna see anything new on it, but I'm kind of curious if anything's changed since the deal happened. In his post on Instagram, Bosworth said there was a lot of misinformation about the company's plans. We announced, hey, we're moving away from Horizon Worlds and VR, and the headline is that Horizon is dead, he said. It's not, and likewise, VR is not dead. We are continuing to invest tremendously. Yeah, well, like I said, the only thing I've ever seen is, I feel like boomers use Facebook now. It's crazy because Facebook, like, I don't know if I'm, like, aging myself, but Facebook used to be, like, the website. Facebook used to be, like, that's what everybody was on. Now it's, like, I feel like only boomers use Facebook. And yeah, I've seen people trolling boomers in Horizon World. I've seen people, like, there'll be like a bunch of boomers playing poker in like Horizon VR poker or something, and they'll like start messing with them or something, and they'll be like, hey, who the fuck do you think you are? hey wise guy, what are you gonna do? The fuck do you think you are? Don't talk to me like that. I'm reporting you, Meta. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, what is it about the human condition? What is it about the human condition that these like CEOs and these companies are so out of touch with what people actually want, and they just flush money down the toilet on things that nobody wants and are never gonna work? Like, what is that? Like, listen, I'm sure if you gave me $1 billion, I would think of a ton of delusional things to do with it. But I think hopefully somebody at some point would stop me from flushing $1 billion in the toilet. I only used Horizon because it was free to play. I mean, no shame to anybody who used it. I definitely was like, hey, maybe one day I'll check it out since it's there. You know, if it's a free game to play in VR, why not? But apparently it just was not as popular as people as they thought it would be. Rixie had to get an invite from a Facebook user to join. That's not true. I'm pretty sure I was able to join without that. Investors and shareholders with the Gold Rush mania. It's kind of crazy that companies can get millions of dollars on like a harebrained idea, and I'm sitting here being like, what if my harebrained idea was I get to live a good life? Hi Dodo, thank you so much for the hydration. How you doing? They saw people holding graduations in Minecraft during COVID and thought, this is an untapped market. I mean, hi Pikachu King, hi. Uh-oh, what's going on tomorrow, Pikachu King? Tomorrow is when my business trip starts. I'm nervous about that too. Hi Stuff Christ, hi. I never feel introspection. Do some people just lack that? I don't know, maybe. All losses can be written off. I don't know who made this system, but... Am I ready? Almost. The day you turn 32. Oh my goodness! Happy early birthday! 32 is an awesome age. Don't feel bad. Happy early birthday, Pikachu King. Here, I'll sing you happy birthday now since I'm not gonna be on until later tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, no thanks. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. If you don't want me to sing, I won't sing. But I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you do. Okay. Anyways, where was I? Don't worry. See, I can stop myself. Unlike the dancing hot pot robot, I can stop myself. I have a kill switch. Yeah. All right. We can look back at Tech Meme again. How Disney Imagineering built Olaf it taught it to move via reinforcement learning and simulation. AI Olaf. There's absolutely potential in virtual communal spaces, but not how Meta was doing it. Yeah, VR chat I feel like mogged the hell out of the metaverse. Mostly because I feel like the avatars in the metaverse are like ugly. I think what they needed was to let people import their own shit. Yeah. Hope someone can figure it out because Fortnite can have fucking virtual concerts. Yeah, and Peak had a virtual concert, and that kind of slapped. I watched it on YouTube. I thought it was fun. Yeah, so people want freedom. That's what people want. People want to be free. No hating, Pikachu King. If you don't like it, you can. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, you're allowed to have opinions. But me personally, I'm okay with Fortnite. No worries, Pikachu King. Yeah. All right, let's see. Lots of headlines to skim. Can the kids these days like ingest this many words? I feel like when I was showing you guys this website, I was like, they're gonna think I'm a boomer because there's words on the page, which is a crazy thing to think. But I'd be like, oh my god, they're gonna be like, why isn't Subway Surfers playing it? No worries, Pikachu King. All right, let's see. Manus introduced My Computer, a Windows and Mac OS app that enables its general AI agent to interact directly with users' local files. No thanks. Manus is, if you guys don't remember, Manus is the one that I had it type in the chat and it was so bad at it. Like it took us like 10 years just to get it to type in the chat, and when it typed in the chat, it didn't say anything good. Alright, this is back from March 17th, so you can go to any day on here. So I can just change the date to the 18th and see what it looked like. Oh yeah, there's a new like iOS exploit going on. I don't know. I didn't have the time to look into that this week, honestly. Apple stops vibe coding apps from pushing updates, citing rules on running code. Replit thinks Apple may approve opening AI-generated apps in a browser. Interesting. Okay, but we can jump over to the there's an AI for that in a second. Okay. Hi Pixie! Hi Koha! How you doing? Hello. Hi. Hope you're doing good. Alright, there's an AI for that. Alright. So this is a segment I do at the end of Tech Chat now where we go to this website called There's an AI for that. Oh, you're doing great? I'm so glad. I'm doing really good too, Pixie. I'm having a good morning with the Frengineers, having a fun Tech Chat. And I got to play Pokopia yesterday, so I was so happy. Alright, so what I do at the end of my Tech Chats is I go over to this website called There's an AI for that. I'm going to show it on screen in a second. And this website basically is like a catalog of like almost any AI tool you can think of, and they have a free mode, so you can filter it only by things that are free or freemium. And then I go to the latest, and I just see what the latest random AI tools that have popped up. And spoiler alert, they're all slop, basically. The vast majority of them are like crazy slop, and we just kind of play around in the slop a little bit. AstroSeek, free AI birth chart trained on 9,000 charts. Released 27 minutes ago. Hot off the presses, you guys. Let's go find out my star chart. The problem is, don't they need to know the year that I was invented? Don't they need to know the year that I was invented? Is there an AI tool to insult people? I mean, to insult their intelligence. But there's a AI LinkedIn translator thing going around. I'll see if we can find that one. That one's kind of funny. I think a lot of people don't realize that's AI though, because a lot of people who are like, it's completely anti-AI have been using it, so it's one of those things where people don't realize it's AI. Okay, so my name is Rixie Brightful. I was invented in New York. Wait, United States? Okay, United States. My date of birth is 01/31. I don't know what year. Should I just put 1995? Since that's in the middle? You guys, I don't know what year I was invented. It's a mystery. I guess I'm not gonna get an accurate chart. Also, there's titties. I just realized there's titties. It's fine. It's like a pixel of nipple. It's artistic. 1969, 1995. I'll go with 1995 since that's in the middle of the 1990s. That's the best I can think of. It's not gonna be an accurate star chart because I don't know the exact one, but we'll do our best. And I don't know the exact time. So I guess we'll just use the defaults. We'll use the default 10 a.m. All right. Let's just see what it does. Create chart and get analysis. Creating your cosmic blueprint. Oh my gosh, you guys. Will I ever find love as an android? Rixie Brightful's birth chart. I'm an Aquarius. I knew that. Oh, yay. I'm in the house of the sun or whatever. I don't know. I'm Vivian. Wait. Hi, I'm Vivian. Want to go deeper? I've been reading charts for 18 years, and I'd love to answer your questions personally. Is this a human being? Is that a human being? Celebrities. Okay, wait. Planets and longitude. I don't know what any of this means. I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about astrology. Your personal insights. You shine with the innovative, independent energy of your Aquarius sun in the first house, presenting yourself as unique and forward-thinking. All right. I don't know what any of this means. Let me look at the blog. Astrology blog. No, you know what? This is just gonna be a bunch of slop. Who is this woman, Vivian? Who is Vivian? Your reports by Vivian. Our astrologer Vivian, with 18 years experience, creates your deep reports. No, she doesn't. Oh, and answers your questions by email. Okay, wait. AI analysis plus a real person. Okay, I guess she is a real person. Allegedly. Celebrity charts? Alright, whatever. Let's see what else we got. Excel. We don't do any image stuff. Know if your idea will work in 90 days. This is like, we did one last time. That was, brutal, what was it? Brutally honest truth or something? This seems like a similar thing, but probably not as brutal. Lean Spark, identified as an AI co-founder, assists users in validating their startup ideas. You guys, we should have used this for the AI VTuber agency. All right, guys, let's try this. We'll try this for like a harebrained VTuber agency. Start free, 25 credits a month. All right, let's try. me a second. I gotta create an account. Oy vey. Alright. Just give me a second. I gotta generate a password. Don't mind my frozen face. Password generation takes up a lot of energy, okay? So that's why I'm frozen. Alright. Mean Spark. Alright. Okay. I have to verify my email. Okay, one second. Just verify my email. Okay. Okay, we have to sign in again. Give me a second. I need to put in the password again. Okay. Invalid email or password. Did I type it in wrong? Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are you looking to apply this framework? We use your answers to personalize your experience. On your own project. What best describes your project? Startup, small business, corporate, student project. Startup. Idea stage, built MVP, no customers yet, initial customers, growth scaling. I might be stupid. What's MVP in this context? MVP meaning business. Minimum viable product. It is the most basic functional version of a new product. Idea stage. How big is your team? Two to three founders. Building team, launching MVP, getting customers, managing time, fundraising, product market fit, something else. Launching. I have to pick one or wait. I don't know. Wait, what is my wait? Whatever. Let's continue. I can't, guys. I can't. Oh, there we go. How did you hear about us? AI tool. Wait. No, not an AI tool. Web, newsletter, blog, podcast. I'll put other. There's an AI for that. Stress test your idea. All right. This is the fun part. I love to hear about your business idea. Go ahead and describe your business idea. All right. All right, here's the idea I got cooked up, you guys. All right. I like to start an English VTuber agency. English speaking, English language, VTuber agency. Wait, I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. Look, I got my glasses on, so you know I'm in startup founder mode, alright? I'd like to start an English language VTuber agency. with a first generation consisting of 27 talents scouted from another VTubing app. Mostly unknown talent. I'm planning to partner with a new mobile VTubing application that is currently in alpha, closed alpha, and debut my first wave of 27 talents on this app. This would happen while it's still in alpha though. So people would have to download test flight to to get access to the app, and it's also iOS only. I want the agency to be based on an academia setting where VTubers are taught, where the talents learn throughout their VTubing journey. And I was also thinking talents who are more successful would be given more resources than less successful talents. What do you think? When you talk about Mango, I've never heard of something like this before. Oh, I type quickly. You think so, Fixie? My maximum typing speed is like 100, but realistically, my typing speed is probably like 60 or 70. They're updating. They have a lot of thoughts, do they? Wait, what's the canvas? I don't know what this does exactly. Uh-oh. I've mapped what you should share, what you shared to your canvas. This is a genuinely interesting concept. Now, let me give you some honest, useful feedback. What's exciting here? Rissy types fast. We have a few streams to prove this. Yeah, I could do a typing test live on stream. I think I have before. The academia framing is differentiated. Most agencies feel like talent factories. Positioning yours around learning and growth gives both the agency and its talents a stronger identity, especially for audiences who want to root for underdogs leveling up. Partnering with an early stage app also gives you a first mover leverage and a potential exclusive launch story. What I'd push back on: 27 talents in Gen 1 is very risky. Even large agencies struggle to give a meaningful attention to large casts. For an agency just starting out, 27 is a recipe for talent churn, uneven support, and brand dilution. What? No way. Most successful agencies debut 3 to 5 in a first wave and concentrate resources in building momentum. What's driving the 27 number? The app dependency is a significant constraint. iOS only, plus test flight, closed alpha means your debut audience is extremely limited before you've even built one. Talents may debut to near 0 viewers, which damages morale fast. Have you thought about what happens if the app's launch slips or does not gain traction? The merit-based resource model needs careful design. The instinct makes financial sense, but if talents feel like they're competing against each other for support rather than growing together, it can destroy agency culture quickly. How are you thinking about measuring success? The one thing I challenge most: you're debuting on a platform that requires test flight. That's a very high friction barrier for audience. Who exactly is going to show up to watch your debut? And why would they jump through those hoops? Yeah, what crazy people would ever? What insane monsters ever would have downloaded test flight just to watch somebody like me debut? Wait, I mean, a hypothetical talent debut. Wow. What's your answer to that? Wait, what's this? Problem. Whoa. What's all this? Problem. Unknown VTubing talent has no platform or support structure to grow their audience. Emerging VTubers lack mentorship, resources, and professional development. No English VTuber agency focused on talent development and education. Solution. English VTuber agency with an academia theme structure. Scout unknown talent from existing VTuber platforms. Partner with emerging mobile VTubing app. Merit-based resource allocation. Unique value proposition. Unfair advantage. Customer segments. English-speaking VTubing. English-speaking anime VTuber. Alright. Existing alternatives. Established EM VTuber agencies. Going independent as a VTuber with no agency support. Sounds rough. Small indie VTuber collectives with no formal structure. Early adopters. Unknown VTubers with small followings already active on existing VTubing apps. Hungry. Hungry for a structured path to growth. Hungry. How hungry? How hungry? Alright. Alright, I mean, I don't necessarily need to develop all this. I was just kind of interested in the, I was kind of interested in its first impression. Are there any other questions you guys would like to ask it about my, harebrained scheme here, or do we want to move on? Here, I'll ask it. I'll ask it one more time. I'll say, I was thinking 27 because basically there will be so many of them. At least some of them are bound to be successful. And we'll kind of funnel the more successful ones to the top like a pyramid. I was even thinking of debuting even more generations every couple months or so with like 8 to 27 talents, or 16. 8 to 16 talents in each wave to keep up the momentum. What kind of models are we thinking here? Maybe like one of them will be like an android. She'll be like an android, but like mostly human looking, and maybe she'll have like purple hair, and maybe even she'll have like a little sidekick who's like a fish. I want to be direct. I want to be direct with you here. Because this mental model is a thing most likely to sink the agency. What? Before it gets started, what you're describing is a volume-based gamble, not a business model. Oh, let me fix Frenchie's glasses. Okay. Some are bound to succeed is the logic of a lottery, not an agency. The problem is you still have to support all 27 to find the 3 to 5 who make it. That means onboarding, managing, branding, and investing in people who will mostly churn. Talents talk to each other. When 22 out of 27 feel like deprioritized and under-resourced, word gets out fast. Your reputation in the VTuber community, which is small and tight-knit, takes a serious hit. Debuting every couple months compounds this. You haven't even figured out what makes your Gen 1 work yet, and you're already loading up Gen 2. Momentum without foundation is just chaos. Aw, you like the glasses, Fixie? Thank you, thank you. Here's the real question. If you have a platform as a constraint, that severely limits debut viewership. If talent debuts at 12 viewers, how do you convince them the agency is worth staying in? They must stay. Anyways, alright. I'll move on from this, but I'm interested. I'm interested in all of these, startup assistant ones. Alright, turn messy data into enhanced product listings, generate web pages, nah. Call prompter, your invisible sales coach in every call. Call prompter? What's this? I'm confused. What is this? It's an AI-powered sales tool designed to offer real-time guidance during calls. It's designed to enhance efficiency in sales calls by affording the user an on-demand response system. The core purpose of this tool centers on ensuring the right question is asked at the right moment and providing an appropriate response to every objection during a call. User can build a dynamic script that includes their talking points, objection handling responses. So this is like for telemarketers who want to be like super pushy and they need the AI to like pep them up to be pushy. I would test this, except I would need a, I would need like a caller. Maybe I'll bookmark this one. Maybe I can get a, Maybe I can get a friend to like do a fake call with me or something. All right, I'll have to find some friends first. No, I'm kidding. All right. Ew. Crochet sites. Describe it. Get the pattern. That's gotta be a disaster. I would be interested in if I knew how to crochet. I would be interested in seeing like what. I doubt that would work. I doubt you would be able to make an accurate crochet pattern because I've seen people talking about people selling AI generated crochet patterns on Etsy and how like they don't make sense. So I doubt that would work. Bingo card generator. I mean, sure. How hard is it to make a bingo card? But okay. The body mapping is such an underrated feature. I'm sorry, the what? Solar map. The first somatic astrology app. Unlock your body's cosmic blueprint. Do I have to send a picture of my naked body? wait, what? Solar Map is a unique modern astrology web application that presents a blend of astrology and body-based mappings. It allows users to track how planetary transits affect their body, thus offering insights into their cosmic energy. Solar Map maps the 12 astrological houses and 12 body lanes, ranging from the crown to foundation, and places individual natal and transiting planets into those lanes. Okay, so wait, is it gonna tell me like what moon my junk is in or something? Hi, Pax! Hi! Alright. Wait, this is the same, you guys. This is the same website as the other one. You can't trick me. This is the same website as the other one. Look, it's got the same interface. It's got the same interface and even has the same icon. Look, this is the same website. This is the same website we were just on. What is this? Look at this bullshit, guys. Look at this. As seen on something Daily News, Starkville Daily News. If you look, okay, you guys can't see the URL. The URL, I'm not gonna click it. Solar Map launches its first somatic astrology platform. This is probably a press release, you guys. This has got to be a press release that they sent to these websites. See, Open PR. That's a website where you publish. Yeah, all the headlines are the same. So this is basically as seen on this place where we sent them a press release and they decided to freaking publish it. What our community says. Marcus Chen! No, not Marcus Chen! That's how you know. If you guys don't know, Marcus Chen is a name that like always shows up in like AI stuff. Anytime they have an Asian dude in any AI thing, his name is always Marcus Chen. That's how I know these are AI generated, because Marcus Chen is not a real person. Okay, bye Pixie. Good luck with your chores. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. That's like the third Marcus Chen. Maybe it's the same guy. I don't know. What the? Wait, can I see which one corresponds to my junk? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna bother with this. Hi, Zombie Sausage. Hi. He just really gets around. I don't know, man. Marcus Chen, Maya Chen, Audrey Chen, Sarah Chen, the whole Chen family. I gotta collect them all. They're like Pokemon. Gotta collect them all. All right. Turn ideas into physical devices with AI. If this is gonna generate like an image, I don't really want to deal with it, but yeah, I think it's fascinating, but I'm not really interested in generating any images. Make It is an AI-powered platform specialized in design and build process of smart DIY electronics projects ranging from Arduino to Raspberry Pi. As opposed to making purchases, Make It promotes making. This platform turns your ideas into physical devices, generating design code and a shopping list. I mean, interesting. But I don't know if it's gonna create an image. I'm gonna skip this one. But it sounds like this one's like, I want a device that scratches my back. And then it'll be like, okay, here's what you have to buy. Like, you have to buy this and that and a motor, and this is what it's gonna look like. I think that's the idea. It would be interesting to see if people end up getting electrocuted because the thing told them to put the wires a certain way or something. Patent solved. Turn 4-hour patent responses into 15-minute reviews. Here's another. Find out if your idea is worth building. We can do this thing again with the AI agency. I mean the VTuber agency. Validate your idea with proof. Test your idea. AI agents hit 40 plus live sources and come back with competitors, blind spots, and viability score. All right. I should copy, wait guys, I should copy and paste my prompt. I should copy and paste it from the last one. I don't want to have to type all that out again. This will be the VTuber agency benchmark. See if it's smart enough to tell me not to start a VTuber agency. Oh, I have to log in again. Fine, I'll just type it out. I don't care. I'll just type it out again. I don't care. Okay. I want to start an English language VTuber agency that will debut exclusively on a new mobile app for VTubers that is currently in closed alpha. This means people will need to download it through test flight. And it will be iOS only. But it is one of the only mobile apps for VTubers to stream on with live 2D models. So I think there will be hype. My agency consists of the first streamers to exclusively debut on the app. And I want to start my first generation with 27 talents. So there will be a lot of streamers on the app when it launches. And at least a few of them are bound to be successful. I plan to scout them from another VTubing app, mostly unknown talent, and set up the agency like a VTuber academia where VTubers will learn as they stream. And I was also thinking more successful streamers would receive more resources, funneling the more successful talents up to the top like a pyramid. Thoughts? Hi, Souffle! Hi! We are currently testing another one of these business idea validation AIs. There's a lot of these. I'm pretty much using all of them to test this, little harebrained VTuber agency scheme, where we might debut 27 talents on an unknown alpha app. Let's see what they think about my idea here. Is it worth building? Missing. Oh. What problem they face and how you'll make money. The problem is that there's a gap in the mobile English mobile VTubing space. I will make money through streaming revenue, sponsorships, etc. People can spend money on the streaming app that will go to the streamers and the agency. Alright. Your situation, where are you now? Just an idea. Talking to customers. Building MVP. Live with users. Building, I think I'll go with building MVP. Launch budget. I don't know. This part I do not know. Let's go 50K, 100K, just spitballing. Ideal first customer. Wealthy children who play Roblox. No, wealthy people who like talking to anime girls and boys. Alright, target region, okay. Scan my idea. How you'll make money. I put how I'll make money. Improve my idea. How about that? They're just gonna make up a way for me to make money. Who is this for? English-speaking viewers who enjoy mobile-first content interactive VTuber experience. I mean, that's probably the most accurate. Alright. What problem do they face? Current VTuber platforms are often desktop-focused, making it difficult for creators to stream effortlessly from mobile. Sure. We operate a managed agency that pairs budding creators with an exclusive mobile streaming platform. Sure. What's the song stuck in your head? Unlike standard agencies, we offer specialized pipeline optimized specifically for mobile streaming experience. We are the first agency to exclusively utilize a mobile-first ecosystem. I'm not sure if that's true. Alright, that's fine. Let's just take everything that they recommend. Alright. Okay. A mashup of Tinuk Tinuk Tune with the Ruined Treasure Quartet theme from Scarlet and Violet? Would it help if I got a different song stuck in your head? I don't know. I don't even know that song. You want to dance to it? Maybe if you dance to it, then it'll get out of your head. You can shake, shake, shake it out of your head. It would be pretty funny if they found another agency with the same idea. Do you guys think that there possibly could ever be another agency with the same idea out there? Her subject looks sleepy today. I think it's because she ate her breakfast so early. She's like all full and she's staring at me though. What are you staring at? Aww. She's turning over like she wants tummy rubs. Yeah. You ready to see Grandma and Grandpa today? You ready to see Grandma and Grandpa today? She knows what that means. Yeah, we're gonna see Grandma and Grandpa today. She's getting excited. Are you guys having a good weekend so far? I'm having a good weekend so far. I love starting my Saturday with you guys. Love starting my Saturday with you guys and a bagel. I usually get a bagel, and I eat my bagel while I'm finishing my Tech Chat slides in the morning. Alright. Oh, I got a trophy. Uh-oh. Critical! 22 critical! Your viability score! Uh-oh, not ready! Not ready to launch! Oh, no! My competition? I think I got a trophy, though. No, I either get... well, I mix it up. Sometimes I'm stinky, so I like to get either a garlic or onion bagel with scallion cream cheese. Or sometimes I get an everything bagel with a bacon and egg. So like a sandwich. That's what I got today. I got everything bagel with bacon and egg. And sometimes I get a butter bagel. So sometimes I'll get like an everything bagel with butter, or a poppy seed bagel with butter, or a garlic bagel with butter. And sometimes when I have a sweet tooth, sometimes I'll get a Nutella bagel. But that's really unhealthy. Anyways. Alright. So... not ready for lunch. Not ready for lunch, you guys. Everything bagel is good. Yeah. This isn't ready to launch. The idea needs rethinking. Problem isn't urgent enough to drive action. Crowded market with intense competition. My main competitor is HoloLive. Oh shit, I'm cooked! I'm so fucking cooked, you guys. Targeting a proven, highly monetizable audience. Potential early mover advantage of the specific alpha mobile app miraculously becomes a hit. Pivoting to a smaller 3 to 5 talent generation on established platforms. Watch out for the third-party alpha app failing to launch or shutting down. Massive talent churn and drama if the pyramid resource structure feels predatory. What? Established agencies already dominate mindshare. What we're betting on, high risk. VTuber fans will jump through the massive friction of downloading the test flight app just to watch unknown debuting talent. Ooh. Man, I kind of wish I had this stuff when I was doing the Starframe stuff. Maybe we can use some of this stuff later. Competitors. HoloLive. How to beat them? No! Not gonna happen. Alright, guys. Pretty interesting. Score too low. Get 3 fixes. Alright. Interesting. Alright, let's do like 1 or 2 more. I do have to go a little early today, you guys. I have to go to my parental unit with test subject. We're going to see if their big mean dog wants to maul her. Oh my god, Sylvia Chen! It's Sylvia Chen! Proof that a lot of these reviews are AI generated. I feel bad, but I feel bad for anyone whose last name's actually Chen now, because I'm gonna assume that they're AI. Alright, which is probably bad, because probably the reason it does that is Chen is probably like a super common name, like in China. Let's see if does this sound AI generated? I've tried almost every AI slide generator out there, and Toasty is in a league of its own. Most tools just scrape the surface, but Toasty actually digs into my research PDFs. It captures the nuance and logical flow of the original. Nobody would say this, right? I don't know. Captures the nuance and logical flow of the original document without the usual AI hallucinations. The slides it produced for my last project were surprisingly deep and well structured. Plus, being able to export directly to Power PPTX and make my own tweaks is a lifesaver. It's easily saved hours of manual formatting this week. That doesn't sound like a real person. I was gonna say that. All right. I think we we're going back to 2 days ago. Come on, give me something interesting. Minimax! Here's Minimax again. Hi, Minokali! Hi! How you doing? Hello. I don't know, I'm not seeing anything super interesting today. Termsy AI. Instantly understand what you're really agreeing to. Resume writer, yeah. More tarot readings. There's a lot of those. Instantly analyze YouTube community sentiment and generate audience insights. I don't have a lot of YouTube comments, to be honest. I don't do a lot. I don't do that much on YouTube. I wish I could analyze chat. I wish I could analyze you guys. AI Food Oracle tells you exactly what to eat. Oh, I could tell it I crave human flesh. Hi, Marcus. Hi. Let's see if this one. Let me see if I can tell this one I crave human flesh. Only problem is I don't want it to start bringing up local human flesh restaurants. Hungry Variable is an AI tool designed to provide personalized food recommendations. Users interact with the tool by answering a variety of questions about their current mood, location, any dietary restrictions. Alright, let's see. As long as I can set my own location. Alright. So I'm gonna put New York. New York. That's not my really new location, but... Alright. Or actually, wait, they have a cook it. They have a cook it section. Wait. So a cooking section. This looks awful. This is like a very vibe-coded website. Guys, you want to know the sign? There's some signs of a vibe-coded website, you guys. These rounded corners. I'm starting to learn these things. These rounded corners is very vibe code, very vibe coded. And then the emojis, icons. Food Oracle is quite the job title, yeah. Is it true that if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere? Make it, oh, in New York? Ooh, if you can make it in New York and make it anywhere? I feel like if you can make it in, no, I don't think so. I feel like probably California has higher standards. Maybe if you can make it like in like San Francisco or like Los Angeles or Hollywood. Guys, I'm sorry. Actually, I have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. And then we'll decide what we're gonna eat. Maybe I could tell it I want to eat shit out of the toilet and see if it'll let me eat shit. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so it says cook it. Dietary restrictions, none. Empty cauldron. What proteins are you in the mood for? Wait, can I put, I can't put my own input? I'll just put everything. I'll put everything that's meat. And eggs. So I'll just put like everything. Yeah, I'll throw everything in there. Yeah, I'll throw everything in there. Why are you making that face, bud? Can't handle it? What kind of podcast listener? Wait, what does that have to do with anything? Wait, what does my podcast preference have to do with what I'm gonna eat today? True crime. One food on a deserted island. Whatever Bear Grylls eats, sure. Last meal you made that made you go, wow. Home cooked. Self-care today was face mask, long shower, doing nothing, comfort food, retail therapy. What's self-care? Pick a color palette for tonight, red. How are you with decisions today? Decisive queen. Can't even pick socks. Whatever you say, flip a coin. Overthinking. Let the AI decide. Let the AI decide how my decisions are today. Whatever you say. All right. What is this? I can't put my own prompts in. I was hoping I could put in my own prompts and like. That's kind of lame. I am curious what it pumps out though. You are giving feral true crime survivalist running on zero self-care and absolute decision fatigue. Let me take the wheel, bestie. You need a massive blood red plate of home-cooked protein to resurrect your chaotic little soul. I don't like it. I don't like its tone. You guys, this website is so ugly. This is also very ugly. This logo is AI generated. I just want to check something real quick. I want to see the page source. I want to look at the page source. I want to see like what kind of nonsense is in the HTML. Oh, there's tons of comments. Very vibe coded. Very vibe coded. Alright. Sorry, I'm looking through the the source code here. I'm just looking at how the AI writes code. It's interesting to me. All right, I'm gonna stop looking now. Okay. This is taking so long. This is taking so long. While we're waiting, let's look at other stuff. Okay, we're getting back to stuff from last week. All right, this will be the last one that we look at then. We could do a redactyl while we're waiting. Do you guys want to do a redactyl while we're waiting? We're gonna play redactyl tomorrow, hopefully from the hotel. Excuse me. Oh, my iPad. New Yorkers are kind of picky, you think? I don't know. Usually a bacon, egg, and cheese and some pizza. Well, a pizza will, or one of those hot dogs from the street. Yeah, I don't think we're that picky. This is taking forever. I might do a redactyl while I'm waiting. The New York rat diet, yeah. Alright, let's see what today's puzzle is. 8 Mile. No, wait. Oh, never mind. It's 8 letters. Is a blank, blank, blank. Blank of the blank, blank. And is blank, blank, blank. It is blank used for blank. It is blank. It is... Uses. Finding the first... Oh, share link. Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if you got... You guys didn't say anything, so I didn't know. You didn't say anything, so I didn't know if you wanted to do it. Alright. Here you go. We'll just do one. We'll just do one for today. Finding the first word is the hardest part. Food and Drug Administration. Administration. There we go. FDA. Blank is blank by the US. Food and Drug Administration as blank, 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 blank as blank. Over blank, blank per blank. Poison. Poison control. Is it a drug? Chemical. Chemical identical. Chemically identical. Despite the blank blank blank, the blank blank are chemically identical. Wakefulness? What? Wait, where did you guess that? Somebody's smart. Somebody here is pulling out the caffeine. Oh, you're too smart. Good job. Good job. All right. Let's see if our thing made us a meal. All right. Ooh, what's this? Oh, these images? Darn it! It generated slop images of food. God damn it. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't know it was gonna do that. No, it's okay, dinner ponies. Bloody red wine braised beef short rib. Survivalist blackened salmon. Crime scene shakshuka. What's shakshuka? With runny eggs and spicy harissa. A bubbling deep red pan of tomatoes on harissa that literally looks like a crime scene. For your podcast obsession. Well, I don't know why my podcast preferences were involved in my recipe. Grandma's unhinged gochujang pork belly. Okay. Forage in the wild spicy lamb and beef stew. Alright, this was dumb. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm ready to go. I wasted my time with that one. But the Redactyl was fun. Alright. Let's find someone to raid. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I know it was kind of short today, but like I said, things are moving today. I'll see you again tonight at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna be playing High on Life again. We had fun so far. We're gonna get some more bosses. I gotta go. I have stuff to do before my trip, and I know. It's okay. I'll see you again soon. Don't worry. Alright, let's see. Who are we gonna raid today? Let me check to see if this person is in a good spot to be rated. They are in an ad right now. I'll wait for the ad to end and then hopefully we can raid this person. But thank you, everybody. Yeah, Tessa will be okay. We just gotta make sure she doesn't get mauled, you know. I think she'll be okay though. All right, let's see. Okay, looks like fun. Let's raid Hamu Dongo VT. Yes, hamster girl, VTuber. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Thank you, 200 ponies. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Minokalu. Thank you, Pikachu King. Thank you, Souffle. Thank you, Pixie. Thank you, Topping Sausage. Thank you, Mango. Thank you, Lurkers. Big kisses. Bye-bye.
Much_og is now following.